Now, Abby, what were you saying about why this squirrel looks like they're frightened? What?
Because he thinks the moon is really not there and he's turning because the earth is turning and the moon is just sitting there.
So yesterday when we talked about the moon and how it changes position, or it looks, how it rotates around, it orbits around the earth, and the sun reflects on it, and we talked about how sometimes we can see the full moon, sometimes we can see just a little sliver, the crescent moon, and sometimes we see no moon at all. So this is a fiction story about the disappearing moon. But there are some really cool facts in here that talks about the phases of the moon. Okay? All right. Eyes up here. See Jenna. I'm up here. All right, let's do the disappearing moon. Here are all of the little forest creatures. All right. Ooh, it has a table of contents. So we're going to read one chapter today. We're going to read the other chapter tomorrow. Today we're going to read The Scared Squirrel, which starts on page 4. Maham, do you have a question or a comment?
I think why when it gets like darker, it covers up half of the moon.
Remember the shadow? Sometimes the moon only reflects the light that's directly on it.
In the bowl.
All right, let's see. The Scared Squirrel. Squirrel was scared. He could not eat. He could not sleep. He could only worry. Good job. He could only worry.
That's short.
What part of this picture shows you that he's worried, Jenna?
He's really
Oh, you're sure. So he has his hands on his face. He's got his mouth open. And look at his eyes in the illustration. They're kind of like, make your sad, worried face. All right, let's find out if our prediction is correct. What is the matter, Squirrel? Asked Raccoon. Why are you so worried? Haven't you noticed, asked Squirrel? The moon is disappearing. We need to get all the food we can now before it is too late. Now that kind of makes me think a little bit.
Yeah.
Why is it a problem for him about the moon?
I don't
Do we know yet? What do you think?
Yesterday when I left to go to my grandma's house, I was running down the street and the moon was following me.
Okay, we made that connection yesterday, didn't we? When we talked about how the moon feels like it's...
Yeah.
We're not talking about the moon right now. I want to know why he said he's worried because the moon is disappearing. What does that have to do with the squirrel? What do you think, Lewis?
I think he's worried about the moon because he doesn't know it's following him. He just thinks it's disappearing. I think that's why it's sad.
Okay, so just because the moon itself is disappearing, but why would that bother him, do you think? Do we need to read further on and see? What do you think, Abby?
I think it bothers him because he might be scared of the dark.
Maybe he's scared of the dark.
I'm scared of the dark.
Oh. Now when is he getting his food?
Maybe the trees.
When? When is
Tomorrow?
he getting his food? What tells you, Abby?
Nighttime.
He's getting his food at night. I didn't know that. Maybe the squirrel hunts. Maybe he gathers his food at night. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he does. A raccoon, he hunts at night. And a deer, they usually go during the day. Thank you. Go that way. But maybe he hunts at night also. So if the moon disappears, he won't be able to see and he's scared of the dark?
Yeah.
Good thinking. Let's see. Deer and raccoons looked up at the moon. The moon is not disappearing, said Raccoon. Yes, it is, said Squirrel. It is smaller than it was last night. Just wait. Tomorrow it will be even smaller. Remember how we talked about the moon orbiting and you can only see certain parts of it?
Yes.
Let's see what happens. The next night, the animals looked at the moon. Is the moon really getting smaller? Asked Deer.
No.
I don't know, said Raccoon.
Yes. No.
Is the moon really getting smaller?
No.
No. Jenna, what do you want to add?
No, that to add is like, you know how we did the ball here in the little ball?
Okay, yes, you made a connection with the beach ball and the little ball that we had. You're exactly right. Remember we talked that the ball never got smaller.
No.
Part that you could see was just different. It changed position. Yes.
Mr. Grunts, I'm done.
The moon just got farther back.
The moon doesn't get farther back. You can put
The
that on
moon
your desk. You can join us.
doesn't move at all.
The moon is moving, but it's what part that the sun reflects, how the moon reflects the light. All right, let's see. But there was no question. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You said the moon got farther away?
No, I did.
You did? It does change positions, and it kind of looks like it's farther away because during the daytime it's on the other side of the earth. You're talking out. It talks about how it's on the other side. But yeah. What do you want to share?
This reminds me of that
I think he's trying to
that
say.
of science where the picture that I saw with one dark and one's day.
Yes, that's right. We did see that in our story yesterday, didn't we? Okay, let's move on. What is this I hear about the moon disappearing? Asked Skunk. Look, Squirrel pointed up at the moon. Only 3/4 of the moon was left now. It is disappearing.